Hey sweet friends, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm creating some fun new colorful summer DIYs that I know you're gonna love. I do want to give Skillshare a huge thank you for sponsoring today's video. I'll tell you a little bit later on in the video, but I just want to go ahead and jump on into these crafts. I heard your comments. Some of you all were commenting wanting fun, colorful DIYs for summer, so here you go. I was super excited. I loved every second of it. So I really hope you enjoy these. If you love crafting, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give me a big thumbs up, and let's jump on into the video. To get started, I'm using this little America banner sign, and whenever I saw this at Dollar Tree, I knew it would be perfect to flip it over and use it as a slice of watermelon. I'm also going to be using one of these little boards off of an old Valentine sign. It comes with these little metal hearts on the front, but I'm going to be taking those off. But you'll have to let me know if you thought the same thing whenever you flip this sign over, because I just knew it looked like a watermelon. So you'll have to let me know if you've seen anybody do this before, or if that's something that you've thought of yourself. So I like to leave that tip in there. Whenever you heat up the Dollar Tree labels with a heat gun or a hair dryer, they come off so much easier. And then, like I said, I am saving those little metal hearts so I can use on a project later. And I even end up using it on this project. So the first thing I'm going to do is paint the little watermelon piece, and I'm going to start with this gorgeous green color. I'll put all the colors, the paint colors that I use down in the description box, so make sure you check there, and then you can ask in the comments and I'll try to answer all of your questions. I wanted to paint this watermelon really cute and have kind of like a cutesy look to it, and I also want it to kind of be in bright colors. I also think it looks really nice if you add different colors, like on this green color, adding in a shade darker, so it's more of like this hunter green color on there. It just makes it look really nice and more realistic a little bit. And then I wanted a beautiful hot pinkish watermelon color instead of just red, so I'm using some of the crimson Waverly chalk paint, and then I'm going to add some of this light pink apple barrel paint on top of it, and just mixed together makes this gorgeous hot pink melon color. After I got a couple coats on the watermelon and you couldn't see any of the backing color through, I'm taking my same color and mixing quite a bit of white in there, and this just makes it kind of monotone. Like, I love that color, but I want to lighten it up so I can add some little polka dots in there. And then by them being the same color, just a tad bit lighter, they are kind of subtle, but they still show up really pretty, because I don't want the polka dots to just overwhelm the watermelon, because I want to focus on putting words on there. You could write something across the watermelon, and that's what I thought I was going to do at first whenever I was making this sign, but I ended up making the sign to go on the bottom of it. I wanted my polka dots to be really even and spread out, so that's why I'm kind of using this little paper trick. I thought that was so neat. If you place it over the green, that way it keeps from me getting the hot pink color on my green piece of the watermelon. And then I'm going to take one of my Sharpie paint markers and draw some watermelon seeds. I wanted them to be a little bit different. I know it's not realistic them being different sizes, but I thought it was really cute to put the large one in the center and then just add some little small ones on the side. Since the watermelon is so colorful and pretty, I want the focal point to be it. So for the bottom, I wanted to make like a neutral sign. Originally, I thought that I was going to put this sign at the top, but I ended up hanging it from the bottom, and I like it so much better. So I just painted that white, and then while I had my paintbrush or my white paint out, I'm using a smaller little brush, and I'm going to kind of make this cute little rickrack pattern all the way around in between the rind of the watermelon and the pink part, because I just think it is adorable. It makes it so cute. And then I wanted to highlight these little seeds, so I'm adding my white on there, and I thought that just made them pop off of there. And then since that bottom sign is just really plain and not detailed, I'm just taking some of my steel color gray paint and barely adding that along there just to give it a little bit more texture. This is a really cool hack that I've been using for a long time, but if you get a piece of parchment paper or wax paper and you lay your stickers out that you want to use, you can just put them on there and line them perfectly up. That way you can like move them around if you're not happy with them. I originally thought that I was going to paint these different colors. I thought it would be fun if they were all different colors, but then after I put them down, I really liked that they were black. I just think they popped off of the white really nicely and looked very nice. So I love to use a piece of painter's tape, and I usually try to stick it to my jeans or something so it's not super sticky, but this one still stayed really sticky, so I struggled a little bit to pull it off of my letters. But it just keeps all of your letters spaced out evenly and really nice, exactly how you want them. And then I'm using another one of my metal welcome signs. These were back from Easter and some of my sweet subscribers sent them to me, so I'm still wanting to use them all up. But I thought this was adorable, and I loved how the galvanized word looked next to the summer black letters. I always love adding an extra detail, so I'm taking my black paint marker again and kind of just adding some little squiggle lines and polka dots around the edges. I think that also makes it just pop and look really cute. And then I wanted to hang this from nautical rope, so it looks a little bit more high-end than just hanging it from the jute twine. So I had to drill some bigger holes so that it would fit through there, and then I love tying the knots in the front. I'm using up the tiniest bit of rope that I had left from TJ Maxx. I pretty much just bought it on this wood spool a while back from TJ Maxx because I thought it would be so cute for these wooden spools to be up in a craft room with different ribbons on them. But I'm so happy that I did because I have been struggling to find rope at Dollar Tree. But I found some that I already had a couple, so I'm still good for a while, but super excited that I did get to use them on this sign. And then I'm just using some wire to attach this bottom sign to the watermelon. So I drilled some small holes in the top of this sign, and then I'll also have to drill them in the bottom of the watermelon and kind of curl up the ribbon to get it to hang really cute. I thought at first that I would add a cute little bow to the top corner, and then I saw this heart laying there, the ones that I had taken off of the Valentine sign, and I thought this little watermelon would be adorable with this cute little heart dangling down like a little charm, and it matches that welcome sign, which is galvanized perfect. So I just hot glued a piece of jute twine to the back and then tied that around the front of the nautical rope knot. And this is how it looks all put together. I think it is an adorable piece that would look so good on a covered patio, or maybe just decor in your kitchen if you decorate your home for summer. I haven't officially styled these yet, how I want to keep them. I'm just putting them with some more decor to show you what they look like in your home, but I think it turned out adorable. I hope you are enjoying these fun, colorful summer DIYs as much as me. But before we go any further into the video, and I do have tons of content left, so don't go anywhere, but I do want to tell you a little bit more about Skillshare because they are kindly sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is an online learning community for all of you creative people. They are so helpful. They have thousands of online classes, whether you are wanting to brush up on something that you already know a little bit about or learn something completely new. They have tons of helpful classes on anything from photography, videography, editing photos, editing video, painting classes, art classes, crafting classes, so I know you're gonna love them. Whether you are a beginner or a master on any of their fun classes or topics, exploring new skills is definitely a huge distraction that we all need right now during all these stressful, difficult times. So I really think that you're going to find them not only a way to kind of keep your mind going and being creative, but also can definitely help you advance in your career if you are needing to brush up on any of these techniques. For less than $10 a month, you can gain access to classes such as this one called Easy Photo Editing for Social Media by Jen Reiner that has good, helpful tips to learn more about editing, whether that's when I'm working on my thumbnails or even for social posts to go along with my crafts and DIY channel. So go ahead and click that link down below to start exploring some creative outlets. For the first 1,000 people or my subscribers that go and click that link down below, you will receive 2 months free of the premium Skillshare membership. So I know you're going to love it and you get a chance to try it out for free, and go click that link down below so you can start creating today. Let's go ahead and get back on into the video and make some more fun, colorful summer DIYs. I shared a farmhouse circle a while back using this, and I'll link that video down below, but I think it turned out adorable, and I'm so happy that I picked up 2 because whenever I found the little wooden pineapple from Dollar Tree, I knew it had to go on this cute little circle. I just thought it would make the perfect pair, and you would be able to write anything around in the circle. So I'm starting with this little flamingo circle from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go ahead and paint this white with my chalk paint. I never got to get the farmhouse circle that I saw a lot of people hauling from Dollar Tree, so I was so happy when I found the summer circles, and I only was able to get 2 of them, so I'm really hoping that I find some more. But after painting this white with a couple coats of paint, I'm going to be doing like a stripe design, so I'm using some of my painter's tape to go along the circle and really lining it up to make sure it's straight. But for whatever reason, this painter's tape is super sticky. I struggled with it before, so maybe use something that's not as sticky, or try sticking it to something before you put it on your circle, because after I painted it, it did peel up some of the backing and the paint off of there, so I just had to retouch it up. But in between these paint pieces, I'm going to be painting the steel color gray, and I didn't paint it perfect because I wanted it to have a little bit of distressed look without having to sand it forever. But here, as you can see, it peeled up a lot of my paint, so I did have to go back and touch it up. So I definitely recommend a different type of paint because this painter's tape was super sticky. Thankfully, I was able to just touch it up with my paint and able to fix it without having to redo it completely, but I'm loving how it looks. And then I will distress it a little bit with my sandpaper, so I'm not worried about it being perfect. And then using this little wooden pineapple I was telling you about, I love this from Dollar Tree in the Crafters Square section. I thought it was adorable, these chunky little wood pieces. I started by painting mine yellow, and then I mixed a little bit of tan color with my yellow paint to give it that little pineapple look. I didn't like how the first lines turned out, so I did end up having to paint over that and try it again. I wanted this pineapple to just pop with cuteness and make it kind of look cartoony a little bit. So I'm using some of my white paint. I'm going to add a lot of highlights, and then I also will use my black marker and kind of go around the edges later. I'm doing the same thing I did for the watermelon. I'm going to paint like a nice bright green color, and then I'm going to take a darker shade and kind of mix in and go over that to make it look a lot nicer. I always think it is so cute whenever people paint door hangers and put these little lines all the way around them. They just look like really nice put together and cute. So I added that on there. When I used to set up at craft shows and made door hangers, I would put that around everything, and it just really made it pop and everyone seemed to love it. And then I don't want to add too much black in the center, but I'm going to go ahead and just kind of outline those little triangles or diamond shapes of the pineapple. And then I just dressed around the edges of this, and I'm so happy that I did because it just really makes all of those mess ups like blend in and you're not even able to tell. And then I hot glue my pineapple down in the center, and then I'm just going to try to go out on a limb there and try to freehand this. I never love having decor pieces with my freehand on there. I always like to print off words from the computer or print out something on the Cricut and write out what I wanted to say, but I just went for it here because pieces like summer decor that aren't going to be out very long, that are just fun, whimsical pieces, I think it's so much more fun making them just with your hand lettering rather than printing them off. And then adding that extra detail around the edges and then putting in a jute twine hanger. This is how it came together. I think it is an adorable piece that would be so gorgeous out by a deck or a pool. I would definitely keep it covered and spray it with clear coat paint, but such a cute little fun way to dress up your area for summer. Moving on to the next DIY, I wanted to make a little flip-flop sign, so I tried. I almost cashed it in on this DIY and thought that it was over and almost just threw the towel in or whatever you're supposed to say, but I just didn't like it at first. But then I kind of wrapped it together and made it really cute at the end. But first, I'm using one of these little wooden banner signs that I always see at Dollar Tree, and I almost wanted, well, I'm going to add a pair of flip-flops, so I almost wanted it to look like they were going to be sitting on water and sand. So I'm trying to go for a water look in the center and then a sand look on the edges. It was kind of hard to pull it together just because I'm not that great at painting all the time little details, but I just couldn't get it to look like real sand. So you can see that I'm starting out with the basic colors, and it was turning out really cute. But then my paper on my sign, I didn't realize that it was like paper stuck on there, started bubbling up and the paint started pulling up off of the sign. So I had to rip all of that away, and I thought that I would quit, but then I wanted to continue and try it again. So I would recommend, if you are going to make this, flip this sign over on the back and just use the back of it so the paper side does not peel up. So I'm just going to retry this, put my blue down on there, and then paint the brown back around the edges. Now it was time to try to make it look more like water and sand. So first things first, I'm going to try to make that water look more realistic by not being a perfect rectangle, and I'm going to just dab around the edges. And then for the sand, I'm using some mineral colored paint, which is this really light beige color. I didn't have the exact color I needed for sand, so maybe that's my problem why it didn't look like sand. You'll have to let me know what you think that it needed. But I know sand has tons of different colors in it, so I should have sprinkled some black and white in there and kept going. But I was just not sure at this point if this sign was going to turn out. I was not loving it. I know in my grandparents' house, they used to have walls where it looked like they had dabbed the paint on like this. So I think this is something that people used to do on their walls. That's just what it reminded me of. But anyways, I got this sign done, and then I wanted to add the flip-flops to really dress it up because it really needed something. It needed some help. So I loved that watermelon color, so I mixed up some more of that to make these little flip-flops pop off of there in this beautiful hot pink color. I did pick up these little wooden flip-flops from Dollar Tree, and they were already put together like this and the perfect shape, but you definitely could cut them out. They're a very easy shape if you wanted to make this and couldn't find the flip-flops. I just dressed the sign a little bit, hoping it would blend in that water sand mixture to look like something. I was still struggling because it was peeling off of that sign. And I decided to dress up the flip-flops really cute, so I'm giving them a white border with my chalk paint, and then I'll be able to add the little straps on there. To add the straps, I'm using a nautical rope, and it took me a minute to kind of figure out how they needed to be. So I thought that it looked the best if 2 pieces of rope were glued together at the end for the piece that goes in between the toe, and then just bring them back to each side. I didn't like how it didn't have a center because these flip-flops would still have borders around them if they were setting together. So I decided to go ahead and make it look like one is kind of leaning on the other. And I think that really makes it pop and look more realistic. And then putting it on that sign, it definitely covered up the ugly sign and made it prettier. I think you can kind of tell what I'm going for. To give these a little bit of extra detail, I'm using the back of my paintbrush and dipping it in a gray color. I felt like using the hot pink would kind of be too busy or any other bright color, so the gray is just kind of a subtle touch to give it a little bit more texture and detail. And then I added a little bow at the top. I think when you see this sign, you get that it's supposed to be a cute little whimsical sign and not taken all serious to be an everyday sign. But I think it turned out super cute and something fun to put by the pool, outside under the deck. I just think it's really cute and a really fun summer decor piece. Thank you all so much for coming along with me today and crafting. I had a ton of fun with these. Thank you so much for everyone that always requests videos in the comments, because it really does make a huge impact whenever I am planning out new videos. So definitely let me know what you want to see. Someone had actually left me a comment saying they wanted to see colorful, fun DIY, so that's definitely what I brought for you today. Don't forget to go click that link down below so that you can receive 2 months free of the Skillshare membership. I know you're going to love it. But thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting! Bye!